friends, welcome to my channel. This is KG. You are watching KG's Corner. I promised yesterday that I will do a 5-part yoga session, but I decided just to hop in quickly to just prepare you for it so that you understand what my yoga offering is all about. Basically, I teach Meridian yoga, Meridian balance yoga, which is actually geared towards balancing the meridian lines, the flow of energy through the meridian lines in the body. What are meridian lines? They are energy lines. They allow the prana, the ki, gi or chi, depends on where you come from, how you say it, the energy, which is actually just energy that is flowing through the body. Since I speak Zulu, my first language is Zulu. It's umoya. In my language it is umoya, which is energy. And how do the exercises work to open the energy lines, to open the meridian lines, to open the acupoints? So we first must understand that the body is actually governed by how freely and smoothly the energy is flowing through the body. The body is governed by how smoothly and freely umoya of the body is flowing. If the energy is constricted, then the body will not be in its optimal state. So the meridian lines are crisscrossing through organs, and these organs are the healthier the organs, the more vital the body. So it's a shortcut. Each stretch then opens the meridian lines, and there are acupoints that are deposited throughout the entire body. The meridian lines crisscross the entire acupoint system, the portals, the acupoints in the body. So acupoints are energy portals that are fed via the energy that is coursing through the meridian lines in the body. I hope that makes sense. So when you are breathing and you are stretching the body, you stretch the body, you breathe, and when you breathe, you release the tension that is constricting the body. When you are breathing and stretching, the meridian lines open, the acupoints open, release tension, toxic energy that is causing sickness to the system. And when you breathe, you allow the prana to then filter through the various acupoints in the body. So as I mentioned in the past video, I'm sure that I studied yoga in South Korea, and I was taught using the meridian line system, the meridians of the body, and how to open them by stretching the body. And as you open the meridian lines, you open the acupoints, and then the acupoints are open, and then the body is vital and allowing a state of health. With the pandemic, we know that the body should be a certain temperature, which is 36.5 or 35.6, anywhere between those two. And then as the body temperature is balanced, then the body is in a state of wellness, in a state of optimal health. If the temperature is high, then you are in a state of dis-ease, discomfort. And if the temperature is too low, you are also in a state of dis-ease. So we should aim to balance the body's heat, hot and cold system. We should balance the body's temperature, which is the hotness of the body, and the coolness of the body. We should balance those two, and we do that through breathing, through releasing toxins in the body, using yoga, using stretches. In the wellness community, in people who are self-aware, there's a saying that goes, energy flows where attention goes. So if your attention is directed to a certain part of the body, then you give energy to that part of the body. If you give awareness to a certain thing, energy will go to that thing, which is actually what manifestation is all about. So when you are breathing, you are giving energy to the body. So the more we breathe consciously with intention, then the body will take on a state, like positive intention, that is, then the body will take on the positive state of being. So each yoga session has a positive effect in that regard. And as mentioned, meridian lines are actually crisscrossing throughout the entire body, and each meridian line is governing, since there are 14 meridian lines that are crisscrossing throughout the entire system, from head to toe, back, circulating throughout the entire body. The meridian lines crisscross through our organs, and as we open the organs through the stretches, the energy is open, the meridian lines are flowing energy to the organs that is actually geared towards making the body healthy. And also the acupoints open, making deepening the effect of a state of well-being. As mentioned, meridian lines are crisscrossing organs throughout the whole body. The whole body has acupoints, like energy portals, that are being fed by the meridian lines, the energy that is coursing through the entire body. For example, if we stretch the shoulders, if we open the shoulders, we are opening the heart and the small intestine. So the meridian line that is crossing down the shoulders is governing the heart and the small intestine. Similarly, as we move various parts of the body, we are opening the various meridian lines. So each session is actually opening the entire meridian line system, and as the entire meridian line system opens, we are healthier. We are actually able to align the mind and the body as one. So with the breathing and the exercises, the stretching of the body. So as we stretch, we accompany each stretch with the breath. Why the breath? Because if you breathe, you are in the present state, and as you stretch the pain, you focus on the breath, and as you breathe, you release the tension. So if you stretch and you are not conscious of the pain of the stretch, that is actually where you feel pain. But if you accompany each stretch with breath, the pain is actually softened slowly but surely as you breathe, which is why each yoga session you hear the instructor instructing you to breathe in and breathe out, because it's actually the breath that overrides the physical. Mostly we think it's actually the physical that overrides the breath, but it's the breath that overrides the physical. Why? Because the breath is actually married to energy. It's actually a part and parcel of regulating the energy in the body. The breath, we know that if we stop breathing, we are no longer here. But if we consciously breathe, we are consciously here. And if we breathe in a state of understanding what breath is, then we can far actually transcend many things that are conflicting. Conflicting thoughts can be released through breath. Constrictive posture can be released through breath. All right, so a successful session can only be successful, can only be beneficial if we use breath to transcend each painful each painful stretch. Let's say you're sitting in this posture and it's painful here, the knees are painful, then if I breathe and allow the pain to be here and not to push it away, breathe through the pain, breathe through the tension, then you actually are able to get to a point where the pain has dissipated. So that is why we always encourage, not always, it is imperative for each yoga posture to be accompanied with breath in order for it to be achieved. So we achieve each posture by using breath to actually get us to transcend the pain. I hope this makes sense. And also, just to end this video, I want to say that the yoga that I teach, is not affiliated to any religious organization or spiritual organization. It's a technique that I learned from South Korean teachers, and ultimately I certified in South Korea. So it's a technique from South Korea that is actually devoid of any religious or spiritual organization type of affiliation. All right, and I hope that you will join me in my next session, where before I start the actual lessons, I'd like to actually just take you through why we should actually take certain postures, like the beginning posture, how to stand in order to breathe properly, because most of us, we just breathe and we think that's the way. But in order to gain benefit from each session, we have to actually stand in alignment with how our postures should be, in the way that the postures should be naturally. And being hunched over, sitting in a position that is not aligned, constricts the organs. And as the organs are constricted, energy is constricted, and constricted energy gives rise to stress, and a stress body gives rise to illness, and eventually disease, and eventually you find that you have actually left the earth because of our own unconsciousness to how the body should be treated as a system. All right, just for a lack of a better explanation at the moment. That having been said, I just want to thank you for joining me again today. This has been a short video with a lot of rambling, and I'm sorry about that. Anyway, thank you for coming through. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, where I teach you about posture in relation to meridian lines and acupoints in the whole body. Thank you so much for coming through, and remember just to love those around you. Don't forget to tell them that you love them. Don't forget to tell those that you have been upset with that you are upset and the reason why you're upset. And don't forget, and hopefully have a conversation around that. And don't forget to forgive, or just take heed to forgive those who have offended you, maybe unintentionally or intentionally. Forgive them so that you can just clear your energy, so that you can manifest successfully. And also, one last point that I want to remember this in every video. Please remember to question. Don't take any information blindly. Research, research, research. You are all that you have. Just try to be very, very uh, cognizant of what it is that you take in, because it is actually most of the things that we take in unconsciously, the beliefs that we take in unconsciously without being aware, that cause also a disease, sickness and stress to the body. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend. Looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Remember that I love you. Thank you so much. Bye.